guys, it's Jen here doing a Project Life process video for today. A little bit different this week and next week. I was moving my scrap space around and I discovered a box that had 3 December Project Life all laid out just like you see it here and not completed. So I decided I wanted to get those done, but it was also timely in that I actually have time to do a whole bunch of scrapping this weekend. My husband is away with our kids, and before my husband left, I totally did not have time to get his recent photos off of his camera, so it would have made it really hard for me to get a Project Life spread done this weekend because I was missing a bunch of photos. So this is what you're going to get. To make up for them being so old, I'm actually going to give you 2 process videos this Sunday, and I'm going to give you another one and an album share next Sunday. And I'm hoping to get all of that done this week, this weekend, and then that'll allow me to then spend some time downloading photos and getting prepped for the next several weeks of videos. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, back to the layout. These layouts are going to be fairly simple because they're older. I already had a bunch of paper cut out and I don't have a ton of Christmas supplies. I'm pretty much using what was in the box, although I do end up pulling out my binder of Christmas embellishments. I just needed a few little bits that I did not have left from this kit. This was, I believe, a November hip kit. Just scrapbook kit that I'm using all the bits because I think I got the pattern paper like the extra, so I had 2 sheets of each, so I'm just using all of that for this. I also just very recently picked up the label punch that you'll see me using on all 3 of my videos. I actually ordered it from eBay. It's the one that you see Chamel using all the time. It has 3 different labels. They're all different sizes, and I have wanted it forever and had managed to avoid getting it. And then she's been doing some Project Life videos. She's been doing them like 1 card at a time. So if you haven't seen that, go over to Chamel's YouTube. And she's doing 1 card at a time and putting the video up one each day. She's trying to catch up on her son's first year album. And anyway, she was using that punch tons, and yeah, I know that I will use that a lot, and I don't buy a lot of punches, but I did, and I actually found it on eBay for really cheap, probably cheaper than it would have been. Actually, I know it's cheaper than it would have been if I bought it in a store, because the same size punch at Michael's was almost $10 more, even with a coupon. So I got a pretty good deal on it, even though I had to ship it to myself. But it worked out well because I'm going to use it tons to do journaling on, and as I said, keep these pretty simple. So let me just talk you through what I've done so far. That top one there, I was using some leftover paper, and that black seemed really, really stark. So I put down a good sized piece of this sort of cream pine tree paper, and then I put my title on there with those really awesome striped thickers. And I used a branding strip for that red on the bottom, and there was just an extra photo there, so I had punched out a little label and I just wrote what that was. The next one over is a photo of us out kayaking in the kayaks that we got for Christmas, and I used that same punch and used a large label for that. For all the ones in the middle, I had cut out a big strip of, so I guess it's 4 inches tall and 12 across, and then cut it up into 4, right? So there are 3 by 4 cards, but it was the same strip all the way across, if I'm explaining that in any way that makes sense. And so the pattern paper matches because it's all one big hunk of paper. That's terrible. I've been scrapbooking all day and I'm trying to do these, so excuse my completely terrible explanation. Anyways, so that's the whole middle piece. All those 4 cards are the same background, and I just added bits that were left over from my kit. So the one on the left was a little square piece that I cut in half and put top and bottom. I mounted them all on just little scrap bits of pattern paper just to make them stand out a bit, because that white and black background is a little bit I guess, busy, so it makes them stand out a bit more. I pulled that tag that says play on the second one from the left just out of my stash. It was a print and cut. The next one over, I used a little Evalicious cut apart and another one of the punched out labels. And then the one on the far right that I was just putting dots on is another piece of branding strip and another label, and I can't see what else I did, sorry. It's so tiny on my sheet. So I'm almost done because I was determined to just get these done and make them simple. I'm going to show you in real time in a second here. And I'm going to hopefully pull that down a bit there, better light. So I'm going to show you these in real time, and then I want you to ignore the bottom. Well, don't ignore it. Have a look at what it looks like now. I don't like it, and I don't like it in the video. I didn't like it in real life. I walked away from it. So I did this one Friday night. I'm recording right now. This is Saturday. Saturday morning, I came back. I still really, really disliked this bottom one. And so I was like, I could just leave it, just put it in the album gen, just don't worry about it. I couldn't do it. It was super bugging me. So that was me going, yeah, I'm all done. Huh? No, I'm not done. Here's me totally, I ripped those apart, and I didn't turn the camera on right away. You haven't missed much. All I did was take all 6 of the photos off. I mounted them on some white just because I thought that would help. I took off the thickers and I moved that strip of pine tree paper up. And what happened is I was having a look online before I got scrapping this morning, and mostly I was just waiting for my Spotify web player to come up so I could put music on. But I had a look at the Citrus Twist blog and remembered that there was new Project Life sketches up. And the one sketch that Tara had put up for this, so she would have put it up for this week, which is the week of, I don't even know what the date is today, I think it's the 22nd of August. Anyways, the one she just put up on Friday worked perfect. By the way, that's the binder I was talking about where I keep some of my embellishments in. Yeah, so I just pulled out that chipboard sheet. And she had a sketch in there anyways that totally inspired me and gave me an idea of what I wanted to do for this to make it look better. So I ripped it all apart, and here I'm just using one of those fine line bottles. I started out with Tombow Mono, and I don't know, that stuff gets super sticky when it gets on your hands, and I'm going to switch to Scotch Quick Dry, which is a brand new purchase for me. I got it from Michael's with a killer coupon just to try it, and I had 2 fine line bottles that I had ordered from Simon Says Stamp, and so I just decided to try it, and I love it. It's so much better. The Tombow Mono doesn't always stick right away. Sometimes you have to hold it down, and it gets your fingers so sticky. So I have a feeling I'm not going to be using it anymore. But yeah, so Scotch Quick Dry, yay. You always see that on everybody. There's me putting it away, being disgusted with how sticky my fingers are. So anyways, Scotch Quick Dry, using that to help, because as I pulled these thickers up, of course, some of them ripped a little bit and peeled and all that kind of stuff. So I've pulled that one strip up. I used this little zigzaggy chipboard piece across both of them. And then here I was just sticking down a little gem that had lost its backing when I moved it. And then I'm going to just do a little bit of embellishing in this bottom corner here with some of these chipboard pieces, which I'm also happy to be using up. I've had them for a long time. And that also gave me a little spot to just do a little teeny tiny bit of journaling. And here's another Evalicious cut apart that I'm going to add onto there. So just futzing around with the pieces. I usually like to make all the bits in an embellishment cluster be different. So one chipboard, one flat, one something else. But I really wanted to use up those chipboard pieces, so that's the only reason I'm futzing around, is because they're both the same. So here's a real-time shot of what they look like now. I'm way happier with this. Way happier with this. And yeah, so I actually went onto Facebook to thank Tara for her sketches because they helped me a lot. And here's the photo. Thanks, guys.